So, welcome to the Gamingbrew channel where we love and play all things Dungeons & Dragons. Tonight is Rise of Harlock, episode 18. If this is your first time here, we stream every Monday, Thursday, Saturday. And we do weekly uploads for 5th edition supplements. Today we had 4 new feats come out, which I'm pretty proud of. And it has a broad spectrum. Melee, support, sailors, all kinds of different things. The Metalmancer class came out last week, and I talked about it quickly on Saturday, but we put our biggest art order in ever, and we have someone that actually works on actual D&D supplements creating the art for this month, which is Magnus Darkshield, sitting on his throne, which won by 1 vote over Rezmir. Just 1 vote.
That vote was rigged. Rezmir obviously was the winner.
I agree.
But this art is
hashtag not a cult.
This artist is really amazing, so I can't wait to see what she comes up with. It's gonna be great, and after it's done, it's gonna be everywhere. Besides that, hopefully here in the next week or two, we should have enough to get our faction, our great games started. Might know a little bit of art coming in for that, and then we can do some Discord rolls, and you guys can fight each other in the arena for glory.
So stoked for that.
And if you missed it, there is a new merch on the store. It's the Minotaur Strength Check shirt. Links are down below in the info. Get you a tank top for the summer, or a hoodie if you like to sit inside in air conditioning. Or if you're on quarantine and you're sitting inside in air conditioning. But with that, thanks for being here. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and let's play tonight's episode of Rise of Harlock. So in the last episode, the ghosty ones, you all met Harlock von Lishkin and had dinner with him. You saw how he was a very charismatic, but one of those people that if you push him too hard, he'll definitely snap. But he seemed respectable for the most part. He spoke of the things you'd have to deal with as you run Nova Vasi as a city, and you struck a deal with him to, instead of giving him humans, you could do a blood drive every couple months to push away the blood tax. You guys held a big blood drive where you prepared a feast with many of the chefs, and it was successful. You collected enough blood in urns across the city for when the Vita calling comes in a couple of days, they will just take the blood and be on their way, leaving you all to do what you please with the city. Ikanik and Yuska learned some new things about alchemy from the Alchemist, Zautek. And Silas and Sylvia, the two of you went to visit the Hanged Ones after freeing Anastasia from her curse of shapeshift to be with her son, the now Prince, King of Nova Vasi, whatever you guys allow him to be. She told you of a secret stash by Lord Ferran that was hidden under the great tree. And as you went to confront the Hanged Ones to see their tree, the Hanged One attempts to stab Silas. So we're going to kick it off right away with Sylvia and Silas. Roll an initiative. This is too peaceful for battle music. Oh, those are nice initiative rolls.
Like,
wow.
ooh.
So, Sylvia and Silas, as you're sitting there confronted by a couple of the cultists, don't know why that says that. Get that out of there. There we go. All these cultists are inside the home, except for the fanatic who's standing in the doorway there with Silas. But as Silas was talking to this fanatic, this true elf, the leader of the Hanged Ones, Sylvia, you see him pull this sword from under his cloak, and he's about to stab Silas with it. What do you do?
I gotta pull out my bow and shoot him.
17. 21 hits. So he pulls back his cape, showing his sword. He goes to pull it out, and he gets caught in the chest by a short bow. He staggers back, bleeding, but still standing.
Yep. Then I'm just gonna move behind Silas and end my turn.
It's called his steps next to the leader of the Hanged Ones, and he's going to attempt to hit you with his scimitar. 20.
Yeah, it's a hit.
6 slashing damage.
I prevent 3 of that.
Okay. He runs out the back door and dashes on this side of you. He dashes to there. He dashes to there.
Jesus.
Silas. The cultists are surrounding you on the outside.
Alright, I'm gonna pull up both longswords. And... shoot. Where'd I go? Take 2 swings at the fanatic.
Oh, double dines. As you swing the Wail of the Revenant King and missing twice. The Revenant King gives just a...
You know what? I'm gonna action surge.
Alright. Bonus action, action surge.
Actually, no, I can't. Because I pulled out my weapons.
That's alright, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Do it twice again.
There you go. So this time, as you get pissed off at being mocked by your weapons and by missing, that you surge, hitting him twice, dropping him in front of you as the true elf that you've spoken with many times now has been slain before you.
He died way faster than I expected.
Yeah. I was just mad. And that'll be it.
This cultist rushes up to take his place, swinging his scimitar at Silas. Misses.
Nope.
Top of the round to Sylvia.
Use my bonus action to disengage.
Yep.
And then I'll shoot this one.
You got it.
Or actually, no. This one.
It's for your sneak. Okay.
Yeah.
A 17 hits, and with 16 damage, as you like roll backwards out of the way, somersaulting, shooting your short bow, catches the cultist in the eye, and the cultist drops.
That's the end of my turn.
This cultist is going to swing at Silas. Misses. Swinging at Silas. God damn. Let's go a step forward, trying to surround Silas and swing it again.
All of Lee's future campaigns are going to bar plate users.
It's gonna be a lot of dexterity saves coming.
I'm just gonna swing at the guy in front of me.
A 12 misses, but a 21 hits for 11. You slice across his chest, cutting him open. He's bleeding out, but he's still standing.
Alright, bonus.
And that's the finisher. He falls forward and you just whoosh, chop him in half. Top of the round to Sylvia.
I'm gonna shoot the one behind Silas.
Okay. Oh yeah, 21. Drops him. Some good sneak rolls.
Yeah, I'll end my turn. I think my sneak goes up next level, I think, too.
The cultist swings 19.
Nope.
As he swings and his armor or his scimitar clambers off your armor, he's going to turn and he's going to run deeper into the house. You can make a swing at him if you want.
I will.
12 misses. You can see him there. He, in this very... You've been here before. You saw the pewters on the sides, and it goes to a little back statue of El Turel standing there with his cloak over his head. He runs up, and he runs behind the statue. Out of sight. This cultist is going to swing at Silas. And misses. Both hit. Dropping them.
Alright, and then... I'll wander into the building then. Kind of looking for the one that ran away.
Okay. So when you step into the building, you can see behind the statue, he's tugging on this wooden flat-paneled trapdoor, and he's trying to pull it open, but it's locked, and he's pulling it, and he's getting pissed. And then he sees you, and he turns around, pulls out a scimitar again.
Yeah.
Sylvia.
I'll walk in. Is he behind full cover? Like, if I were to move there, could I see him?
I'd give him probably a half cover.
I'll move there and then shoot him.
Okay. His AC's really low, though. Oh, that's a miss.
Dang it. I'll pass.
The cultist steps out from behind the statue, swings his scimitar at Silas. 19? Silas. Oh, he's gone. So as you walk through here, carving apart some of these hanged ones, you're now standing in their chapel. The great tree is behind in the back of this this small church that's out here. And you're in the church, and there's a trapdoor that's behind the statues. But you saw him pulling on this wooden trapdoor with an iron latch, and he couldn't get it open.
Mm-hmm. Make an investigation to see, can kind of figure it out.
Okay. Looking at it with a 17, it doesn't appear to be trapped or harmful. It just looks like it has a very well-made lock in the at the top of the trapdoor.
Mm-hmm. Well, Sylvia, I believe this is your expertise.
I believe it is too. I'm going to attempt to picklock it.
You got it. With the 10 as you're picking the lock, fails.
I'm going to go search the bodies, see if I can find a key on them.
Sure. So as the oh, it's okay. As the two of you search through all the bodies, in terms of like golden belongings, they carry nothing but their robes and their scimitars, except for the fanatic, who has an iron rock key, and he has 8 gold.
I'll take the key and then split the gold with Silas.
You can just take the gold. That's fine.
Okay, I'll take the gold.
Okay. You also remember that Anastasia said that the treasure was hidden in under the tree, and not in the church.
Yeah, just gonna might as well see what's down there.
Hmm?
I'll try the key on the lock.
It fits in perfectly and opens.
Shall we see what's down here?
Yeah, might as well.
I'll go down, but I'll have my bow out ready in case somebody like jumps out.
Okay. So it's there's a wooden ladder going down almost 20 feet straight down. And as you climb down, it leads to a very narrow 5-foot by 8-foot, looks like it was dug out of the ground little hallway. However, After descending for a while, you set foot into a large chamber with masonry walls. In an alcove across from you and next to the entrance, there are hooded statues carved to resemble El Terrell, and there are red gems, or one red gem in each of the statues embedded in the forehead. The gems are about the size of a fist. Also, when you walk in, the strong smell of stagnant water invades your nostrils. You see 2 rowboats, very small, but tied to the docks, and there are 2 darkened waterway passages that lead into darkness, going in 2 different directions. Those are like this one over here, and this one up here. The only light source in this water-filled chamber comes from torches on the west wall, which illuminates a small table and boxes, and then there is a double door here. Besides that, the waters are quiet and still, and this cavernous space is empty.
Can I like peek around the corner to see if I can see anybody?
Make a perception. A 14. All right. That's a bad roll. You make out stealthily floating in the water. Try not to disturb, but there are 3 ghouls just floating, almost like crocodiles with their eyes on the edges of the water, barely breaking the water.
I'll tell Silas what I see and ask him what he thinks we should do.
Well, the door. Well, have I looked to see if like the doors and everything? Can I see them without like disturbing the ghouls?
If you want to make stealth.
You're funny. And he said he saw 3 of them?
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Seafood Games Patreon for the map. You've stumbled across the dungeon that's been here since you got to the city.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering if I go first, if I can draw them and we can pick them off if they attack.
Yeah, works for me.
So like, squeeze past Sylvia.
Make a stealth check as you do that.
How low can low be?
Because the ghoul sentries might see you and they hear you. Roll initiative.
Yep. In that roll?
I got you. 17.
There it goes. Oh, okay. I didn't see it before.
Yeah, it took me a second. It took mine a second to roll as well.
Yeah, a little slow. Yeah, this is how people die. They split the party and get killed in dungeons. So Sylvia, Silas steps past you, and his heavy armor clanks, and then the ghouls, and they just pop up out of the water and look like they're about to rush you.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at this one.
Okay. A 9 misses.
I'll end my turn.
The arrow smashes into the water. That's 20 feet because it's half speed. But 5 feet to get out. The ghoul is going to make a claw attack on you, Silas. And then bite attack. 10, 20. Swims out of the water, popping now. He's going to make his bite. 20 hit you?
Ouch.
Are you 20?
No, 21.
So.
With the swords out, it's 21.
Gotcha. Claw. Ooh, that crit dismissed. Silas. These are the ghouls that paralyze you if they hit you and you fail your con save.
Alright.
Good thing I count as undead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swing at the one in front of me.
20 hits, 10 misses.
Can I inspiration that second one?
You can.
I'll do that.
Blowing your inspiration from the gods into a critical hit. You do 22, and that is enough to carve this ghoul in half. Get this black and bluish blood and tar just gets coated over your armor.
Can I bonus action swing at the other one then?
You got it? Twelve for 6, nice. So you chop the one in front of you twice. The second hit decapitates the ghoul, and then you just spin and slice again, and you can feel the admiration, the joy coming from your whale. This ghoul rushes forward, biting at Silas, clawing at Silas. Top of the round, Sylvia.
I'm gonna take a shot at that one.
This one? Gotcha.
Yeah, that one.
10 misses.
Oh my god. I got my turn.
Yeah, beefcake in front of you.
Yeah.
Just taking it off. 12-18 goes to Silas.
We'll attack the one that I hit already once.
13 hits, a 10 misses for 7 damage. You slice across his chest, spilling some of his broken ribs, and you can see some dried fish fall out of his stomach. He's still alive.
Alright, and bonus.
13 hits for 10. He's on death's door. You cut off one of his arms, but he's still there, fighting to stay up.
Okay, that's it.
Comes another bite, another claw. Ooh,
Ooh, that one hit.
make a DC 10 con save or you're paralyzed.
Okay.
You succeed. So you just take 7 slashing. You feel the slash across your cheek. It burns a bit, but not enough to freeze your muscles. Top of the round, Sylvia.
Gotta love taking less damage
Gonna
from
shoot
that too.
the one that's almost dead. Cause I can't see the other one, right? From where I'm standing.
Yeah, because it's kind of in a weird alcove.
That's what I thought. I was just making sure.
Oh, you obliterate him. Your arrow flies through his head and he just explodes.
Would I have to... If I move past Silas, would he get an opportunity attack?
You can move there and be okay.
What if I moved to there where the one just died?
Because you're moving through Silas, you're in his space. But he can see you once you go in, when you go through.
Okay, I'm gonna move there.
And 9 miss.
That's the end of my turn.
Goes to Silas.
Alright.
Oh yeah, he explodes. So you saw those ghouls come rushing out of the waters, and you carved them apart. And now you stand in this strange underground passage with tunnels that lead to what you assume is the docks on the outside. And then the double doors. And the El Trail statues.
So how far did we walk in this tunnel?
About 20 feet before you got to the entrance there. You came straight down, then walked a couple paces, and then there you are.
So in theory, roughly those double doors are somewhere underneath the tree. In
Maybe.
determination.
Maybe. For DM purposes, they're not though.
I'm gonna walk over to the door and investigate it.
Okay.
I'll just follow.
It is a wooden door with iron around the sides of it. There is a handle on the front, though there is no locking mechanism. With an 8, looks safe.
Gonna attempt to open it.
It slowly creaks open. It's a little stuck because of the sweat from the being in such a damp environment, but it pulls open, and it opens into a small chamber. There's a desk and 4 community tables. Food litters the tables and seems somewhat fresh. The desk is bare except for one bit of scrawled parchment that sits across the top. And there's another set of double doors, similar to the ones that are in front of you now in the northern part of the room. And writing gives Silas inspiration.
Woot. Thank you.
I'm gonna walk in and go over to the desk and read the parchment.
So you head over to the parchment. It's sort of similar to what you've seen before in a couple different places. However, there is an extra line at the bottom of this. I see here when I think I will die from drink, not when I show caution and temperance. Could there be any more defiant sign of her will? Definite sign of her will. The graped wine is like blood to the mother of hematurgy. It nourishes her children, and we do her a disservice when we do not drink to our fill and beyond. If there is a line drawn by society, she wants us to cross it. You will honor her when you do so. If they tell you it is wrong, it is right. Take, but take secretly, until we have the strength to overcome not being the first. And then the new line is, walk the narrow path.
Ooh, they want to overtake Harlock. Or at least that's what I think as I read that. Or Sylvia thinks, rather. I'll show it to Silas and say that we should be cautious because this food looks fresh.
How fresh is it? Like
a couple hours. There's some bread, which appears fine. You can see bowls of stew, but the stew is a little cold. But there's no mold or any type of anything that would stand out and make it disgusting.
Shall we keep pushing through?
Yeah. Well, kind of look at the store.
That is a wooden door.
I'll stand behind Silas with my bow ready in case anybody comes out.
Yeah, I'll have both my swords out as well. Just kind of push on the door.
Pushing the door open, it leads to another double door across from you in the north, and then 2 small little jail cell alcoves into the sides. Both of the jail cells are empty, although the floors are coated with looks to be like dried blood, specks of bone and flesh. You see a couple little roaches scurry across you. Behind the double doors in front of you, you can hear a slight murmur. Although it's hard to understand what it is, it sounds like a hymn.
Can I roll investigation to see if I can... Like, I'm going to go closer and then roll investigation to see if I can understand what they're saying?
You got it. With the 22, a couple of things stick out. One, this door it looks safe. It's not trapped. There are 2 handles on the front, 2 iron handles. There is a locking mechanism, and it appears to be locked. But as you listen to the chant resembles the words on the scrawled parchment behind you, and they seem to be chanting the entire sentence, except for when they get to the end of the chant, when they say about the path. They say it much louder, and it echoes a bit through the door.
I'll tell Silas.
Does this sound like a lot of people? Or, well, hanged ones?
With the 22, you would guess maybe 6 or 7.
I mean, we basically took that much when we were outside. Okay. I'm going to attempt to pick lock.
You got it. Oh yeah, with ease, with the 26, without even really making a sound, you pick the lock, and as you pick the lock and then stop and listen, the chain didn't break. It's almost as if they didn't hear you.
I'm gonna let Silas go in front of me.
Do we want to go in?
Yes? Question mark. This is potentially where we die, but
Just wondering if we burst in, do we gain advantage?
I mean, they would be surprised, would they not?
Yeah. I will give it a shot.
You bursting in? Just like kicking the door in?
Yep.
Alright, so as you kick the door in, before you jump in, let me read you what you see.
Ooh, a name.
We're so dead.
So you kick the door in. Before you get a sense of the room, your attention is drawn to a man in a dark robe before a wide altar. On top of the altar is a mirror set at a 45-degree angle that's against the northern wall. The cultists don't seem to notice your presence as they chant. You watch as the mirror stops reflecting the room, and then dark shadows swirl across the mirror's surface, revealing a demonic face. Skull with skin stretched tight, stag-like antlers, and dark crimson eyes. The image in the mirror wears heavy plate armor and has a red cloak. Looks like this.
That guy looks really cool. Probably gonna murder me, but he looks cool.
Yep.
A robed man who looks more ghoul than elf kneels before the mirror and lifts his hands to the sky. O great one, Nihalar, who calls the dead, I know I've asked much of you, but I ask for only one thing more. And the mirror says, speak. Almost in like a whining tone, the ghoulish human, he begs. He says, you have spoken of the final sacrifice that must be made before the narrow path will accept me. Please guide me to the sacrifice so I may spill their blood and awaken the precipice of horror. And then you kick in the door. The eyes of the mirror turns and looks at you, Silas and Sylvia. It would seem the final sacrifice has found you. The mirror fades off. Roll initiative. You guys get advantage.
That was the wrong roll, sorry.
Oh. Ouch. Here comes the low rolls.
Oh, there it goes. Oh. So you guys go. You got advantage. So you can run in there on your turns. Sylvia, go first, and Silas go second, and then top of the round.
I'm gonna shoot the first cultist there.
Cool. You got advantage on it. An 11 misses. Haha. You can still move and do a bonus if you want to.
Not much I could do on my bonus turn, unfortunately.
All right, Silas, you're up for your surprise.
I will move up to there. Let's see. Take a swing at the one in front of me.
17 and 25 both hit. Hitting for 18. He is bleeding out, barely alive, but still standing.
Bonus.
And that's enough to drop him.
That'll be my turn then.
All right, top of the round is Lamaze. The surprise round's over. Lamaze dashes almost ghoul-like towards you, like a half beast-like run. He has under his cloak, you can see scale mail, and he pulls a shield out in his hand. He's going to attempt to first claw you, and he's going to pickaxe, or he's going to war pick you. Misses both. This cultist steps here. Pulls out a scimitar to swing at Silas. 18?
Nope.
Sylvia.
I'm gonna shoot the cultist that's like right behind Vamaz.
You got it?
If I hit him, it counts as a critical because he hasn't taken a turn yet.
Nice. Give me another. You want to double your 6, or you want to roll another dice?
I'll just double my 6. It's just easier.
That's enough to drop him. He looks up. He just gets caught by the short bow.
That's the end of my turn.
Oop. Silas is up.
I'll take a swing at the cultist that is on my right or left.
Both hit. He's still alive, but barely standing. And that'll finish him.
That's my turn.
Just carving him up. The cultist pulls out his scimitar and charges in. Misses. Cultist swings at Silas. 18. Misses.
Nope.
Lamaze. So at the start of Lamaze's turn, because you are within 5 feet of him, Silas, make a con save. You succeed. He gives off this like decaying stench that for like someone that isn't used to it or someone that doesn't have a lot of fortitude, it would poison them, but you're able to fight it off. He claws you. 23.
That hits.
Make a con save. Succeed on the paralyze, so you take the slashing.
So what was the slashing damage?
8.
So 5.
And he's gonna war pick you. 18.
Nope.
Sylvia.
For my turn, I'm going to target Lamaze, casting Channel Damnation.
Ooh.
Sorry, I don't have it set up as a spell. I really should have done that.
Very good. Alright, so he's a charisma save. Fails. Roll a d12.
It's all creatures within 5 feet of him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I take 12 too?
Well, you each have to do a charisma saving throw.
Yes,
On a failed save, you take 1d12. On a successful save, you take half damage.
you take 6. So these guys take
And anybody
12.
who doesn't pass is chained. And then it takes 1d12 fire damage at each of its turns for 1 minute.
And Lamaze. It's a good thing is this was a dungeon meant for you guys at like level 3. Just still here. Alright, so at the end of the turn they take charisma saves. But they still take the damage at the beginning?
Yes, I believe so.
This chain, this fire chain shoots out of Sylvia's chest, hits Varaz and explodes. Silas, you take a little bit of the shrapnel, but are able to fight it off. The cultists next to Lamaze are burning and also chained. You want to move or do you want to stay there?
Oh no, sorry, that was the end of my turn.
Silas.
Alright, we're gonna take 2 swings at Lamaze.
The first one misses, but the second one hits for 10. He bleeds the same type of blood that you saw those ghouls bleed on you earlier today too.
I will second wind myself.
You got it. Oh damn. 1 plus your fighter level.
So gain 7 back. And that is my turn.
Top of the round, the call just takes 12 and dies. Top of the round, the call just takes 12 and dies. Lamaze takes 12. Still burning. He's going to make a claw attack at you, Silas. 22.
That hits.
And then make another con save. Success. Make a con save for his stench too. Forgot about that. Yeah, it's good too. And then his war pick, 23.
Jeez.
So 11 and 9 minus whatever you're heavy.
Yeah. Okay.
So he just smack, and they smash you with the war pick. Now does charisma save to break off the chains. Fails. Sylvia.
I'll shoot him with my bow.
19 hits for 20. Nice. With that 20 damage there, he starts to look really weak. He's having trouble standing. His eyes are full of fear.
It's only 19 damage.
Oh, yeah, right.
But that's the end of my turn.
He still looks terrified. Silas. Both hit. Still standing, but looking pretty rough after those two swings. And the third one, Silas, how do you want to do this, dude?
Just off his head.
So with a quick, almost no reaction, just slices off the ghoulish humanoid's head as it falls to the ground. As he dies, both of you guys make dexterity saving throws.
What? There's a boss part 2.
The mirror explodes as Lamaze dies, and pieces of it are sent, just tossed around the room in the chamber. And as it is, the lights that are around the room also turn this strange purplish color. And it fills the entire room with this big bright flash of light as you both jump backwards out of the room, and then the lights are gone, and the mirror lies in pieces in front of you.
Well,
Yeah, all right then.
that was interesting. Are we able to go back in the room? Like, is it still all like fiery and stuff in there? Or?
Oh, as soon as it flashes, all the lights go out, so it's just dark vision. Just dark in there now.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna step back in. Or I guess step in the first place. And check out the desk over here.
So on the desk, there is the shards of the broken, split apart mirror. There is a very well-made wand that is laying on the side that looks like it looks good. Looks cool. But besides that, this room is bare.
I'll take the one and put it in my bag. I can't use it, so.
Can you see if there's anything special with his any of what's the guy's name's armor or
You want
weapon?
to look at the guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So the guy has on him. I'm gonna type it out for you. The war pick was just a standard war pick, but you can take it if you want. He has plate mail and a shield. Not magical, but it's plate mail.
Yeah. Oh, grab it.
And yeah, he has 24 gold and a potion with a strange orange color.
I'll take the gold and the potion.
Can I investigate the room, see if there's anything else interesting in the room?
Sure. Looking around, besides what you found on the desk and the broken shards, the only thing that really stands out is by where the mirror is. You can see a lot of remnants from stuff you would be familiar with. There's a lot of looks like sacrifices went on here. There's a lot of dried blood. in many different shades that shows that they've used this for sacrificing for a long time. In front of the mirror, where the mirror sat, the stone floor is basically like a burnt orange, as it's just been soaked into the stone. But nothing else jumps out at you in this room.
I don't see anything else, Silas.
No.
Do you want to go back and get the money?
Yeah, I grabbed the 24 gold off of them there. Oh, outside, you're saying?
Yeah, under the tree.
Yeah. I just want to... Is there anything in, like, these boxes and crates and stuff out here?
When you investigate and you look through the boxes and the crates, there's a lot of... You could see some of the stuff they were having imported into them. There's a lot of the nooses that they used, a lot of manacles, a lot of things that they would tie people with. You see some of the scimitars that they were giving out to their cultists.
Okay.
But there's nothing that like would jump out to you as really valuable.
All right.
I'd like to climb the statues and use my dagger to take out the big rubies.
You got it. So there's one red ruby inside each forehead of the statue. So you climb up and you pop them out. It's about the size of your fist. You would estimate they run for maybe 100 gold apiece.
And there's 4 of them?
Yep.
I'll give 2 to Silas.
Okay.
And then I'll start walking back to the temple.
All right.
Oh, that was...
So you guys come up, climbing up the wooden ladder, up behind the back of the statue. You're back inside the Hanged One's temple. The bodies lying all across the church.
Is there a shovel anywhere nearby?
Inside here, no, but you imagine there probably is one outside by the tree.
Okay. I'll go to the tree and look for a shovel to start digging.
Well, investigate. What's this right here in front of me?
Oh, that's nothing. That's just part of the map.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know if he had actually made this or whatever.
So when you head out by the big willow tree with the hanging branches that you saw from before, the people hanging to show their admittance to the Hanged Ones. There is when you grab a shovel that's nearby, and you can see there's a large patch under the tree that looks like it's dug up every now and again. And as you dig it up, it goes down about 2 feet, and it leads to about a 5 by 5 foot opening. That is another cellar trapdoor. The cellar trapdoor is similar to the other ones. It has like a lock, and it has another ring to pull it open.
Can I try the key that I took earlier?
So you use the same iron rock key, and it opens.
Well, ready for another potential dungeon. I'll start to go in.
Okay. So the two of you descend into the cellar. Similar as before, a wooden staircase leads directly down, but this time you climb down almost 40 feet, much deeper than the first time. You're led into a small mausoleum, and you see a number of carved marble sarcophagus line the walls on both sides. Each one looks to be sealed with the sigil of a hanged noose. A stairway again descends into a long hall lined with more sarcophagi. And this time as you walk into this room, ornate pillars are put around it. These ornate pillars look to be in very, very pristine condition. Almost like this place is cleaned regularly. And there's a marble statue of true elves next to each sarcophagi, but you assume these are like the resting places for people that are of importance in this clergy's leadership. At the end of the hallway, there's a large throne with a marble statue sitting on top of it. The statue is a true elf, a cloaked female figure, She's holding an open box at waist level, so it's like at her waist here. The box is made of dark red wood and has golden trim. There's an inscription on the top of the box as you two walk up to this throne. And it says on top of the box, "Empires fall, and trust betrayed by the frailest thing of all. The undoing of kings and an asset to tyrants. An inquisitive thief's most treasured haul. Produce in this box that which is defiant, that which can live forever, but is shattered with a simple whisper." So this is a description of the room you're in and the writing on the box.
Do we have to figure out the riddle for the box to open? Okay.
If you want help, you just have to go back and get your buds. Or you guys are just sitting here and try to figure it out.
It probably wouldn't hurt to get their input.
No, probably not. Can I do, like, an investigation to see if anything would happen if we were to say the wrong word?
Sure. Looking around the box and on the statue with the cloaked female figure, there doesn't appear to be any traps, but you're not positive with the 7.
Any ideas, Silas?
Not right now.
Perhaps we should go back and find our friends. So maybe they have an idea of what it could be.
Yeah.
So you climb back up. You walk past the sarcophagi. You climb back up the ladder. You want to close the trapdoor and like hide it, or do you want to just kind of head off?
Yeah, and lock it again.
Hide it, lock it. Make your way back to the stronghold. In there you see Yuska and Lucan and Ikanik. As this will be a little bit later in the day now. So Silas and Sylvia walk in covered in grime and blood. And Yuska, Ikanik, and Lucan, you guys see him walk in. Silas looks a little bit worn for wear. He's covered in this black sludge. Sylvia looks to be in a much better condition, but the group is together.
Well, as I was saying, little buddy, I don't know about this alchemy thing. It's...
I just started
I don't
reading
understand.
it, though.
All those vials and...
Oh,
I'm confused.
oh, where are you guys? She'd look at Silas and Sylvia.
Yeah, visiting some old friends.
Those friends must be mighty old.
Little stinky.
Looks like you dug a grave.
They probably
Didn't you
needed
guys
it.
go deliver that potion you made? Did
No,
something
don't
happen?
tell me you killed them.
Oh, the rats are still alive.
To be fair, they attacked us first, and we did not provoke them at all.
So you did kill the rats, but they're not harmed.
The were-rats?
Oh, no, not the rats. We went and saw the hanged ones.
Oh.
I don't understand.
Oh! You've hung them.
I don't think their heads can hold the noose anymore.
I still don't get it.
Did they remove their necks?
Silas here removed their heads. from their necks.
Well,
So
I don't
there's
want
like a bunch of headless people walking around.
They're not walking around anymore.
I don't want to start our rule of Novavasi this wrong, but they were a pain. And if this is the justice they deserved, then it's the justice they've got. Anything important to share?
Wait, did you murder someone?
They tried to stab me.
Typically, when you remove someone's head, they don't last much longer.
The Sightless Seer did that. That's what they just said.
Why would they attack you?
We asked them for money for the blood.
And they just attacked you like that? No other reason? That seems very unlike them.
Even after fighting alongside us, I feel like there's another piece of this.
They
Why would
probably misunderstood what I was asking for.
Either way, we need your guys' help. If you don't mind accompanying us.
Well, anything that lets me leave this room and these two alchemists.
Yeah, we'll see how good you are at figuring out a riddle.
Soon to be alchemist, thank you.
I would like for you to explain the encounter on our way if you would indulge me, please.
Oh, I can do that. We knocked on the door. They opened the door. I asked for some money. They tried to stab me.
And now they're all...
It's gonna just bend over towards Ekanik. I don't think Silas is telling us the entire story.
It seems pretty simple, though.
If they're all dead, why do you need help?
We found a riddle.
Well, that's
What?
good news, I suppose. Is it a nice one?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out.
I don't want to do that at level 1. I want to do that at level 2. Roll 20, please. I'm going to cast Healing Word and then burn a couple balms on Silas.
You got it?
Alright, Healing Word. There we go.
Well, what's the riddle for?
And then I'll burn 2 balms.
This is a sig-
That's 18.
18
oh,
healing?
18.
You feel that
Okay.
warm gust of wind envelop you and you heal for 18. Say it again, Ekanik.
What's the riddle for?
I don't know. I'm guessing it probably opens something.
Only one way to find out.
It was on a box.
Hold on, 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Oh, Yuska, I have this wand for you. I'll give him the wand.
Ika's gonna go to try to find Pazian to see if he's outside.
Pazian is outside.
Hey, Pazian, how are you doing?
Hello, Ekanik.
How are you doing?
Just enjoying this lovely evening in Novavasi. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thanks. So our friends just came back and they're a bit stinky, so please don't mind them. But they'll probably have a bath in a little bit. But they came back with the riddle. Do you want to help us?
I don't know if you've ever spoken to a satyr about riddles, but
No.
we enjoy making the riddles more difficult than we do in solving them for people.
It doesn't seem very helpful.
It's not helpful for you, but it's enjoyable for me.
Could you solve it and then make a harder one, maybe?
I think if all else fails and you have troubles, maybe I can help. But it would be a disservice to yourself if you didn't at least first try.
That's true. Okay, well, then I'll come back to you if we kind of can't figure it out, okay?
Just ask Yuska to shout my name and I will be there.
Alright, thank you, Pazian.
He gives you a...
And she's off.
The wand handed to Yuska is It's a wooden wand. It's a little crinkle and like a Harry Potter style, up and down. Smooth. Looks well made.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Oh, thank you, Silas. I'll have to see about having this identified. Because it looks interesting, but I don't know what it is. Lucan, are you capable of identifying items?
I am, yes. I think we might have some ingredients, components in the keep for that.
All right, I'll hand Lucan the wand.
Okay.
Can I wander outside to Nora and give her the plate and my old chainmail to kind of, I don't know, save for metal if we need it later?
It's a good idea. I can smelt this down for you if we don't have any other use for it.
Currently we don't. Save on costs if we need something later.
Absolutely. And as you identify the wand, it is a +1 wand of War Mage.
Ooh. You guys should give me 100 gold so I can do that very thing that just happened.
So it takes a 2-minute slot, but it gives you +1 to spell attack rolls. And you ignore half cover when you make spell attacks.
Ooh.
I'm assuming that's something Lucan wants.
I'll take it, but if Yuska wants it, that's cool too.
No,
What is it? Is it +1, +2, or
+1.
Yeah, because I already have a +1 to spell attacks because of my magical mace.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got that last time.
So you'd look like Gandalf wielding it. You'd have a mace and then you'd have your wand.
Does that give me a +2 between the two of them, or do they override each other?
+2. +1 and +1 together.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that.
I mean, I don't have a +1 to my spell anything, so I mean, it's up to you.
No, go ahead then. If you don't
Well,
have,
yeah, if you want a +1 then.
Yeah, I'll take it until.
All right.
Because once we go do the other thing,
So you find something better?
yeah,
you
once
can
we go
pass
do
it
the
on.
other thing, then I'll pass it back over to you. So it'll
Sounds
probably be good for the utility at least right now. Yeah, I'll take it.
You got it. +1 wand to the War Mage. I'll change the name to make it +1. There it is.
I'll throw that on my character sheet.
So you headed back to the Hanged Ones church?
Yeah.
All of us, right?
Yeah, as a group, all 5 of you? So as you guys go to the church, do you want to tell them about the mirror and stuff, or do you want to keep it to yourself?
We'll just keep that to ourselves. We'll just tell them about the whatever's under the tree here. Dig it up.
All right. So Silas and Sylvia lead you, Lucan, Yuska, and Ikanik to the tree. And as you walk by the church, you can see the door is open. You can see a couple bodies are laying inside the church. You can see some headless, hanged ones strewn about. They uncover the trapdoor under the tree. You see Sylvia use the iron rock key to unlock the trapdoor, pull the trapdoor open. And then one by one, you guys descend the 40 feet down into the small little mausoleum. Just as before, the riddle. You walk past the sarcophagi with the sigils of the hanged noose You go down the stairway, you see the other more ornate sarcophaguses and the ornate pillars. And you come up to the marble statue of the true elf woman, cloaked, holding the open box at her waist. The box is made of that dark red wood with the golden trim, and then the inscription. The 5 of you are now standing in the sarcophagi, looking at the inscription, the statue, and the box.
Well, what betrays trust? And I think lying betrays trust.
Some sort of information, like a rumor.
Well, my first thought was these 2 lines here, the first ones, would almost be like a bastard child would make the empire fall and the undoing of kings.
A bastard child isn't frail, though.
Well, I didn't say it worked with the rest of them, but the first 2.
And maybe that's something they'd want to keep from somebody else? Maybe a secret?
Well, what secrets does this box have to share?
You want to open the box? What's in the box?
If the box opens, I'll open it.
Opening the box is empty.
What?
Is it curiosity?
Sylvia, you lied. There's nothing here.
Yeah.
We're supposed to open the box.
To be fair, we didn't attempt opening the box. We just saw the riddle and assumed we couldn't open it.
Is it possible someone's already solved it? How did you even find this?
Wait a minute. It says it's defiant. Yuska, hold me up.
Sure.
Ik is going to, thoroughly examine the box with her hands.
I thought you were going to sit in the box claiming that you're defiant.
I don't think it's that big. If it's big enough, she'll get in the box.
It's only about 6 inches long and about 3 inches, so it's not too big. Looking inside the box, running your hands along it, it's very well made. I mean, there's no splinters or anything that pricks your fingers as you go around it. And then the outside, around the this red wood, the golden trim is a little cold to the touch from the gold and being underground, but nothing else really jumps out at you.
Okay, Yuska, put me down.
I think we have to put something in this box. The question is what?
Well, whatever it is, it would have to live forever, but be easily broken.
What do tyrants have that is an asset? Is it fear?
Yeah, fear could be one of them. Mistrust.
Maybe we have to tell it a secret.
Go ahead. Tell us one of your secrets.
I don't have any.
I don't believe that at all, but... Does anyone else have a secret?
I have a secret. But I think maybe do I have to whisper it into the box? Do I have to say it out loud for everyone?
Well, what is the riddle?
I would
says
try
a simple whisper.
I would try whispering into the box.
But whisper a secret.
Okay, Yuska, hold me back up. I'll write to the DM.
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
gonna listen in on that.
Same.
Yuska's listening too. 'Cause that's what he does.
I am not actually an Ursus.
Make perception checks.
Yuska. Oh, jeez.
Make a
Do I have
stealth check.
inspiration?
Everybody should.
He gives inspiration to make sure you hear what she's saying.
Yeah, you do.
You're the closest to her.
Hey, what's up, IPA lot? So Lucan doesn't hear. Sylvia and Yuska do. He gets close to the box. Drinking an IPA, of course. Appreciate you being here, dude. She whispers, so for the ones that have higher than a 20, you can hear her say, I am not actually part Ursus. And then you close the box. And as you see her whisper and close the box, and as she does, the throne shimmers away and reveals a long, dark hallway that continues on as you solve the riddle.
Wow.
I'm kind of happy that me and Silas didn't do this alone, because I feel like we're going to get killed here. Or at least have a fight.
What did you say to the box to get it open?
A secret.
Must have been a good one.
Yeah, well, you know, only like a few people Yuska knows, so.
Sometimes the things that you seek, Lucan, are very obvious. If only you would just look.
Alright, well, that was a little insulting for no reason, but I appreciate that. I feel like if anything, my ears would have helped me in that situation, but I was trying to be polite and not listen in.
I was trying to be more insightful.
Hey, don't
Sort
tell him my secret. This is how kingdoms get shattered.
Yeah, maybe your kingdom.
I'll have to work on social things more, I think. I don't know.
It's like they did with your eyes closed. Just look. Upon entering this hallway, you hear a faint shimmer as the five of you walk in. And then you are met with darkness as the statue and the throne behind you have reformed, trapping you in this long, dark hallway.
Alright.
Everyone has dark vision?
Yep.
Yep.
So it's pure darkness. So with your dark vision, you see a long passage that curves slightly with torches on the left sides of the walls. The torches sit in sconces, but they are not lit. And the passage just continues on this left slope. 5 foot wide, so you guys have to walk in a single file line. Yuska, your ears and your top of your head almost touch the top of the ceiling here. It's a very small, narrow corridor. So you guys walk. Oh, go ahead.
I don't understand why everybody has to build such small tunnels in the north.
As you could tell, most people aren't as big as you. No
That's
offense.
fair. I am fairly tall, especially for Ursus. In fact, I think I'm taller than all of my siblings.
I got you right here, dude. There's Yuska.
Thanks, Yuska.
Saint Abiding says they are not down with the thickness in the north. Get down with the thickness. So the five of you walking down this left corridor that never doesn't ascend or descend, it just goes left. Goes left. Goes left. 10 minutes past. Left. Still darkness.
Do I have a feeling that we're going in circles, or does it feel like we're actually going somewhere?
It feels like this hallway never ends. Besides the unlit sconces and torches on your left side, it's the same corridor over and over.
Lucan's gonna stop walking.
I will cast Produce Flame, and I'll start lighting the torches as we go by.
Okay. So when you light the torches, the walls are covered in strange markings. and the markings look like this.
That looks like English. Or I guess common in D&D.
Would that be in any language
It's
that I would
backwards.
recognize?
It's backwards. Time,
Yeah, it's backwards.
present,
Time,
and time. Past are present in time, future, and time first. I don't know that one. Contained in time. I'm reading this backwards. Last. What's the first one? Synchronity?
Synchronicity? I can pronounce that.
In ahead you move. Antiquity. Maybe that's the word.
Synchronicity.
You said
Synchronicity.
Synchronicity. In ahead you move. Antiquity into, that might not be the right word, into starts a and. These in different orders.
Well, I mean, if the last riddle to get into here was about spreading a lie, then maybe this hallway is a lie.
You can
Maybe
eat
the
candy
cake is
just
a
by the
lie.
way.
Sylvia, there's no cake in here. That makes no sense.
Talking about this down with the thickness and then talk about cake.
Well, no, if this talks about time in the past and the present, and the other one was a lie, what if we just walk backwards?
That sounds wonderful.
Give that a shot.
Okay, so how do you guys want to walk backwards? Like moonwalk?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Just
Yeah.
like what the saint is saying.
So as you, all five, in your straight line, instead of turning around, you just moonwalk backwards. You walk backwards into the hall you originally were. The throne reappears, and now what was once a small wooden box is now a very large chest.
Can I do like insight or arcana to see if this box is a lie?
Sure.
Mimic fight.
The box looks real.
Alright, I will poke it slowly.
It's very heavy. It doesn't move as you poke it.
Is there any more passages written on the box at all? Or
No.
the chest, sorry.
Looks like just a standard large chest. There's a little latch that's not locked. No inscriptions, no markings.
Oh, if there's nothing wrong with it, we just open it, yeah?
I'll open it.
Opening your chest, you find the lost treasures of Fernand. And it's just full of coin.
Ooh.
There it is.
That's a lot of coin. That should go straight into the bag of holding.
That should get split between the 5 of us.
That's what the bag of holding is.
Always, yeah.
Nah, I keep my money on me.
Rogues.
It should. How much was it to advance the city to the next level?
Oh, the stronghold?
Yeah.
I feel like the answer was 5,000.
5,000.
They attacked you.
50
Okay.
days.
Money.
I just wonder if we should put it towards that for now.
I'm gonna take my portion because I want to see if
This
any.
why the hanged men attacked you, Silas and Sylvia?
Yeah. We didn't specifically ask for this, though.
We knew it was here. We just didn't ask for it. We just asked how they were going to pay. And yeah.
I know you guys are sanguis, but can you at least start these conversations with a bit of truth so as not to just we find out the real reason by the end of it? It's getting quite tiring.
There was truth.
Every conversation starts with some falseness to it. Just say, hey, we're looking for money, not, hey, these guys attacked us because I said hello.
No, I said we came here looking for money from them.
This is obviously not money from them. This is a lot of money. The hanged men wouldn't be living in a chapel like this if they only had this money.
Well, he said it was Fran's money.
Well, either way, I guess it's ours now, and I don't know. Little buddy, we're amassing all this, and I don't know what to do with it.
Well, Lucan said we can put it in the bag of holding, so that we can just do that.
Are we splitting it, or is it going into the bag of holding?
I'm good with splitting it, because I want to, Lucan wants to go around and see if there's any, like, shops that sell, like, scrolls of spell scrolls and stuff like that.
That's the division, how much we get each.
I'll just take the platinum and gold. The rest of the silver and copper can go into the bag. So if you want to add that to...
Yeah, I'll do the same thing with the silver and the copper, because I don't want 800 coins in my pocket.
Are you sure?
Very.
Yeah, I'll do the same as well. I'll just take... I might as well, yeah. You got a good point.
We'll do the same.
Yeah, so basically put the 4,000 silver and 700 copper in the bag, and then...
Could you hold on to Econic's gold and platinum except for 10 gold pieces? I don't think it necessarily matters, because I don't know when Eek and Yuska are going to buy things separately, specifically Eek, but...
Why not just hold on to one platinum, then?
She considered it, but I think she remembers that platinum is too much.
So in front of this chest, you divvy out your coin. Make your way back past the other sarcophagi and up the wooden ladder, emerging behind the church, under the great dead willow tree.
We used our archway coin, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still in the bag.
Eek still has some good berries left, so on their way out, she's going to take the remaining, 9 good berries from her pocket and plant them in a hole next to the willow tree. And pat it on the ground and kind of just say, I hope you can get better soon. Maybe have a little sprouting, please.
Hey, you guys, you're dropping off these good berries as you guys are heading through. Emerging late in the afternoon. The city around you is still not back to what it once was, but there's still people moving around.
What time of day is it?
It's like around dinner time, like 5, 6 p.m.
Okay. If everyone's cool with it, Lupin's gonna go to the new Lantern Priest Church. He's gonna talk with some people for a bit, and then he's gonna head over and see if there's any spell scrolls in the town, so you can make ritual spells.
Cool.
You're gonna wander to the Alchemist.
Okay.
I'd like to go sell my 2 rubies.
Easy enough.
Eek is going to follow Lucan.
Okay. So selling the rubies is pretty easy, dude. Give yourself 200 gold for the rubies.
I have like 40 pounds in money on me now.
Do you want to look? Do you want to do that with Eek beside you, or do you want to try to get away from?
Separate. That's separate.
Gotcha.
Talking to your false god.
So Lucan.
No, but you need to be a part of the priests in order to have a conversation with the priests. Sorry.
Lucan heads towards the temple of the Lantern Priest that's being constructed, and as you get close to the temple, you can see Eek and Eek's coming up behind you, just following you to the temple.
She doesn't say anything.
Eek, just wait right here. Just a matter of the church. It won't take long, but you can definitely join me and look for some spell scrolls. See if anything's in the city.
Oh, well, I came here with you to learn more about, Resmir and the church.
Well, I mean, you know quite a bit about Resmir, and the church currently is under construction.
So why can't I come in?
You're allowed in the church. I'm not stopping you from that.
What are you going to do?
Just have a word with some of my priests.
And I can't listen to it? I thought we just learned that secrets are not very nice.
This is not a secret. It is merely just something that, without being a priest of Resmir, you cannot hear.
How does someone become a priest of Resmir?
You must pledge yourself to Resmir. Put the other gods aside and take Resmir as your own.
But there are so many gods. I don't think it's very fair to just claim one over the others. They all serve a different purpose.
And that, my friend, is why I'm not asking you to do that. Unfortunately, that means you can't be a part of this conversation.
You know what, Lucan? You can keep your secrets. I will go away and
No secrets are to be had.
pray on my own time now. I understand. It's fine. You don't want me around. It's okay. I'll just
No,
go
that is
now.
not it at all.
Bye.
I would enjoy your company when
Turn around.
spells. Some of these
Okay.
spells might
No.
have some alchemist supplies.
I'm not a priest. It's fine.
Alright, well, if I see any alchemist supplies, I won't be picking them up. I only have 2 hands.
Zeltek told me to read the book first.
Very well, have fun with that book. And then I'll head inside.
Okay. So Lucan goes inside, closing the door, leaving Eek and Eek outside the church.
She's gone. She leaves.
Do you want to do that in whisper, Lucan?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's Yuska doing?
Yuska will probably go back to his little garden for the rest of the day.
Okay.
Unless needed by anybody.
On your way back, Eek, you would see Yusuke at the garden. And Pazian is kind of just watching over, playing his pan flute while Yusuke is working.
You probably hang out with him. Oh wait, is Yarvin North in the yard?
Yarbendorth are in the yard. Yeah.
We're gonna do saddle training.
Saddle training. Okay. The priests agree. Does Eek want to go with Lucan to shop for scrolls?
No, she's gone.
Okay. So Lucan, after you finish your business here and you head to go shop for scrolls, you know the best place to shop for scrolls is at Zaltek, the alchemist shop. So when you go to visit Zaltek, you walk in and you see Silas is also walking down to the alchemist shop. And the two of you head in to visit him together.
Oh, long time no see, my friend.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Suddenly, Eek and Yusuke show up beside me.
Wow, there we go. So the two of you walk down into the alchemist's lair and you see the old Sanguis leaning across the desk as he does with his long fingers. Well, how can I help the both of you?
I was wondering if you have any spell scrolls?
I do. So Zaltek can give you any spell scroll that's a level 2 or below.
Oh, now I gotta think about what spells 2 and below I want. Alright, that's gonna take me a bit.
They cost 150 gold apiece. So he's looking for scrolls. What do you want to buy, Silas?
I would pull up the orange potion and ask if there was any potential he could identify it.
This is a potion of climbing. So the potion of climbing does is if you drink it, you get advantage on athletic checks for climbing for an hour. And your climbing speed turns into your walking speed. So you can like scale up walls basically.
Okay. Something to hold on to then. Any other antiquities in here that might interest myself?
Well, since you all bought out my last stock of potions the other day, I have to craft and make up for some. But I still have these gloves of missile snaring if you're interested.
I would find no use for them.
Not a problem. The stock usually changes as when the days pass. Some is bought and some is made. I would check back often.
Something to note. So you have no other healing potions here, you say?
I have the regular potions, regular healing potions, but I'm all out of my graders. The other regulars go for 50 gold apiece.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps I will check back.
I hope that you do. Do you know what kind of scrolls you're looking for? If you don't, you can just, whenever you figure it out, just toss the coin, take it.
Sylvia would also like to talk to Nora about making a +1 sword.
Okay. She has no work orders at the moment, so she could definitely start it.
Okay, I'll get her to start it. How much does it cost?
So it is... as soon as it comes up for me. Alright, +1 short sword. Go through my big list of shit. There we go. 900 gold. With the discount.
Wow, that's with a discount. Holy crap. Okay, so that would be 90 silver pieces.
90 platinum?
90 platinum.
90 platinum. Yeah. Yeah, I'll pay it. I'll pay 500 in gold and the rest in platinum.
Sure. As soon as you pay her, she gets to work. In 4 days, you can come back and you'll have a +1 short sword.
Cool. Thanks.
And you said that they're 150 gold per level?
For spell scrolls level 2, they're 150 gold per scroll, and spell scrolls level 1 are 80 gold per scroll.
80, okay.
Yep.
Actually, I think I probably should buy a couple of healing potions. Now that I think of it.
That's fine, go for it. I'm like half jumping you guys through your mundane stuff to get you into the woods and to get you planning before.
Okay, I'll send you the list of the spells I want to grab, and I'll take the money.
Cool. So you guys want to do a quick little 2-minute break after this buy, and then you can talk to each other, and then head off into your next adventure?
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right. Chat will be back in like 2 minutes. Just get another drink. See you soon. More beer IPA. I have Ryan Guy's Truth. Okay. You want this just between Pazi and an Eek? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Nobody else needs to know unless it becomes relevant later.
Sure.
Eisen is so nice. He's just gotta, tell him the information he wants.
It's good stuff. Interesting. I need a new chair.
How much were those gloves of snaring?
The gloves of missile snare? They were 3,000 gold pieces.
That's a lot. That's fair. They are good.
I'm interested in those gloves.
They're really good gloves.
But I don't know when Ikanik gets hit by a ranged attack, it's mostly like she goes up close because she's dumb.
Because she's dumb. Because she's
My
making...
biggest thing is you need a free hand for those to work.
She's just making high IQ plays. That's what Eek's doing.
Turns out Eek has an intelligence of 24 and she's holding out on us.
I prefer to call it a high eek.
She got a high Eek.
-1 modifier confirmed.
Alright. So Lupin. Pretty good selection. Lupin buys some scrolls from Zaltek. Silas buys some healing potions. Sylvia buys, or he sells his 2 gems. And then buys a book of Abyssal and a book of Infernal so he can start to learn languages. Ikanik and Yuska head back to the stronghold first, so the 2 of them are there first. Yuska is telling a story to Pazzi and Ikanik walking back and forth with her training with Yarb and Dorth, as she has made this huge saddle to ride Yarb and Dorth into battle. Give me 3 animal handling checks, Ikanik.
Oh, but okay, hold on.
Okay.
There it is, boys. There.
So Yuska, during your story with Pazzi, and you see Yarb and Dorth is running around the
Wait, do I have
stronghold.
inspiration?
Yeah. You
That
want to burn
one
it?
is gone.
Okay,
Yeah.
you want to burn it? So Yarb and Dorth are running around the stronghold in circles with this large harness, and Ikanik is on the back. Then you guys, you're telling your story to Pazzi and kind of away from the group. You just see Yarb and Dorth run past, and Ikanik just on his back like, "Wah!" Just riding on it. And just the first time she goes around, she's almost falling off a bit, and she's kind of holding on. The second time, she looks like she's just riding a horse and just flies past on Yarb and Dorth. The third time, she starts to slip a bit, but then she gets her inspiration from the gods and flips up and just looks natural. And she flies around again on Yarb and Dorth, all the while Yuska is telling Pazzi in this important story.
Good times. Good times.
One by one, you guys make your way back to the strongholds. Yuska finishes the story with Pazzi, and Ikanik climbs down from the giant saddle on Yarb and Dorth. And the night is the groups. The tax
I would
collector.
like.
What?
I would like Vincent to have free range of the field as much as he can, and the gates will always be open if Eek allows it.
Okay. Vincent's just roaming, chewing grass, as Nora working on the new short sword, new +1 short sword. But Nora has not left or moved from his master's bedroom since he was told to stay, not move. But the 5 of you find yourselves here a day before the Vita calling, and the tax collectors will just march in, collect the urns full of blood, and march out. If there's nothing you guys want to do for this long rest, or if there is, let me know. If not, we can jump ahead.
I'm good.
I'd like to start reading the
I
episode.
think about it, Paisian. I think I just told you more about my family than about myself. I'll have to think on that.
Oh, that's alright. It's important to know who you come from. To know where you're going.
I won't disagree with that. And that's all I wanted to say.
So as you
Eek
guys...
is gonna read the book for 4 hours.
Your Alchemist book? Okay. So as night falls on this very cool, cold night, Eek reads until she falls asleep. Sylvia stays up reading. Do you want to do Abyssal first or Infernal?
Abyssal.
Abyssal. Start to read your Abyssal. The next day comes to clear but cold skies as it's getting farther into into fall, getting close to the winter months. But the five of you arise, and as you start to wake, you can already see this trail of caravans that are making their way into the city.
Sorry, what day is it exactly?
Next day.
No, I meant like the literal date.
This would be the 14th of Narblith.
Thanks.
So as you all wake up, you can see this caravan of Sanguis priests and very high, almost like kind of like Catholic priest hats in a crimson red with gold lining, similar to the box that you saw in the basement.
Now, Sylvia, I have a question for this tax thing. Do
Yeah,
we
of course.
still have to give the hanged ones their share now that we've, I guess, killed them all? I don't know how these contracts work.
Honestly, I'm not sure either. But the leader is dead.
I really don't think you know what a contract is. You keep breaking them.
I don't think I've signed any contracts.
Not you, Yuska. You're fine. It's the Sanguis here.
What contracts have I signed and broken?
Verbal signage, but they were signed nonetheless.
There's no proof of verbal.
Yeah. Thanks, Silas.
Oh, my apologies. Silas, the lawyer.
We should probably take care of this so we can go and take care of the problem to our north.
Of course.
It's very, very strange. The caravan. There's 4 caravans. Each caravan has is being pulled by 2 of the Nevermore steeds, similar to what Silas rides. Those blue, ghostly, skeletal war horses. Sitting on, controlling the steeds are Nevermore knights, similar to what Silas is. But when the steeds stop in front of Lord Farron's house, where the were-rats are, and they get out. And you see the Sanguis Viticolines emerge. They are the priests with the large hats like we talked about, the red and the gold. And then floating above the sky now, almost like out of nowhere, you can see dozens of these very large, almost 20-foot by 10-foot vampire bats. And you can see on top of the bats are these bat riders, which also resemble Silas Nevermore Knights, full fighter plate armor with these long glaives. They just slowly circle over Farron's keep. One of the Viticoline priests steps out. It looks to be like the head of this caravan. And he starts to walk towards Lord Farron's manor. So you guys can see him. Since you guys are you're in the Burgomaster home, so you're a little bit closer to it, but he's walking up to that manor. And the were-rats come out. And he stops. We're here to collect our tax. We were told by the great Harlock von Nishkin that you would be providing clay urns full of this quarter's blood.
That is true. It is over here inside the church. And I'll gesture towards Reappears church.
He gives you a nod and he looks over his shoulder and he goes like this. Then the caravans slowly start to move towards the church. The bats repositioning themselves over Reappears church.
Alright, I'll lead them to the church. And I'm assuming the priests have probably organized the blood for easy transfer.
It seems
Yuska
like
will be following close behind Lucan through this exchange.
So as the two of you walk up towards the priest, or the Temple of Rezmir, the urns are set up in a way that it's pretty easy to access, and the caravans pull up central to the church. and the priests get out. And once the full gates or the full caravans open, you see much more of these priests get out. But not just priests. You see another type of priest, similar to the Viticulans, but they have these belts on, and the belts are attached with chains. And the chains reach out to humans wearing collars. They go out about 30 feet. And these humans in the collars walk over and begin to put the blood urns into the caravans as the Viticulan priests stand there, kind of monitoring their human chained slaves as they work. All the while the vampire bats and their riders are floating above. Takes about 15 minutes time to load everything. The same priests with their chained human belts get back into their caravans. And that initial priest that greeted you asking where the blood was gives you a nod, and he hands you a piece of parchment. It says Novavasi paid.
Before they leave, Iknik would ask Sylvia if it's possible to buy those humans.
Perhaps, but it would cost you a pretty penny.
I have a lot of pretty pennies.
Let's not antagonize them.
But slaves are bad, and we should help them.
We will.
Should.
One day.
But unfortunately, the cost of doing that would be the whole city. If I had known they brought slaves, this would have been a different matter.
We can't buy them at all? We got so much.
Feel free to ask. I myself have almost no money now.
Okay. So probably when what is it? Lupin is getting the parchment from the one.
The Viticulan priest, the head priest.
Yeah, she would come up, kind of behind Lupin on one of his sides, and say, excuse me.
This priest is a different one, not the head one, but he's like one of the ones that have the belt that's on the side loading it. He looks a little bit younger, a little more like Silas's age, although it's hard to tell the Sanguis age. And he turns and he looks at you. Doesn't even speak, he looks at you kind of confused.
Yes, how much for your humans?
These are mine, and they are not for sale, but if you wish to procure one for yourself, it depends on the amount of humans that you want to have attached to your hip. They make a good selection of blood if you're in a pinch, and they do work for you.
Ah, yes, that sounds wonderful. Can I just maybe have all the ones you have around your waist?
These are for myself. Sorry I cannot part with these, but the next time you're in Razmaran, just look for the blood market and you'll be able to purchase your own. Depending on the health of the human and the strength of the human, they can run from as little as 1 gold to as much as 100 gold per human.
Well, you could just get more, probably. So I can have these ones.
But see, our coaling is not done. We have to now travel north. And I will need these to load our caravans, and I will not be able to get more humans until I return to Razmaran. But Lamaze has quite a population. You are one of the smaller cities.
Yep, okay.
And the lot of them, how much would they cost?
Mine here?
Aye.
300 gold. But they are not for sale. I need these.
What if you were to come back after heading north? Surely on the way back you don't need them. If we were to get the 300 gold, you could hand them off.
If we travel back through Novavasi and our collection is complete, then yes, I will sell them for you for 500 gold.
400.
That was not the price they were worth. You said 300, did you not?
If you were to purchase them from Razmaran, yes, 300. They are strong, able-bodied men.
They are used.
But you are desperate.
I am little, thank you.
But you are still desperate.
I have gold.
400 gold for these 3 able-bodied men is a good price, I think.
She'll look at Lucan to take the lead.
It's up to you. I don't have the money myself, unfortunately.
Oh, yes, well, hurry back, otherwise I might be feeling 355.
You hear that, humans? And he pulls his chain and pulls one and almost knocked him to the ground. We must hurry.
Oh, no, no, no.
We have much to do. Get in the caravan. I am thirsty. And they start to pile in the caravan.
For the next tax, when will we know when it comes? Will a messenger arrive?
The head calling priest. So he hands you the piece of the parchment and it says year 623, Q3, paid. The next tax will arrive by message 6 weeks before the tax.
Very well.
Tax typically collection takes place during the 3rd month of the quarter, mid-month. The days vary depending on travel time. You should be aware of that. I do not like this, but Harlock wishes it, so therefore it is.
Well, I'm glad that you understand that it's not your decision, but it is ours and Harlock's.
Yes, I will not dare cross the first to drink.
Did you ever think that maybe we don't like you?
It is a mutual feeling. I would much rather take a live specimen than urns full of cold blood.
It might be cold, but it is fresh. The Sanguis prefer warm blood?
Prefer to take it from the veins. That's why we have our own, but blood is blood and it will suffice. Although I would imagine that the blood from Novovasi will be some of the last to be purchased.
Well, I'm sure it won't be an issue. We are one of the smaller cities, after all.
He loads up. He has this like kind of disgusted look on his face. But he knows not to overstep his bounds. And he definitely knows who Sylvie is, looking at her. He climbs into the caravan.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely not hiding it.
Caravans leave out of the north gate of Novovasi. The vampire bat slowly just floating overhead. The whole collection of blood and their departure was only about an hour. Didn't take much time at all. It's almost like a well-oiled machine, just in and out really fast. As they leave, you can see humans are looking out their doors. They had stayed inside at first, just kind of scared of knowing what has come, and then as the caravan, the Vita calling departures, they come out, sighs of relief, cheers, drinking to calm their nerves, but the first tax is over.
3 months of free reign.
I will say, I wouldn't mind killing every last one of those priests.
As would I.
That's a little dark there, Yuska. That's not your flavor.
Outing slaves like that.
Hey,
Natural order aside, it's not right.
And that's why together, with Resmir's light and your god's strength, we'll put an end to all of this.
sometime later, Eek would like to talk to Lucan alone. Yusuke can be there if he wants to. But...
Alone, but with friends.
Yeah, you guys can do it now if you want. Just the three of you.
Okay. Hey, Lupin, I had a question.
Aye, and what is that?
This isn't the question, but are you free right now?
At the moment I am, yes.
Okay, good, because I didn't want you to be busy. But, so that
You can
one...
speak. The great Ursus, I have time for you, do not
Yes. Yes, thank you, Lord of the Kitchen. It's been a great time. So, I remember the Red Priest said that, they like blood from the veins, and, we can't really give them that because that's not ethical and good. So, I was thinking, what if we made a contraption? But I need your help because I don't quite understand how to do it yet, and you're really smart. So, what if we made a contraption that was a tube with a smaller tube inside of it, and the outward tube is warm water, and the inward tube is blood, and then the inward tubes is connected to a valve so that you can unscrew it and then pour yourself some blood, but the blood is warmed up by the warm water, so now you have warm blood, and that way they don't need any more veins.
So you're wanting to make a pseudo body, if you will.
don't
Yeah, but
I think it works that way, little buddy.
Well,
But it's warm
definitely
blood.
gets close. I know it won't be the same as fresh, but perhaps with some way to cool it or something. That seems almost as morally wrong as just having it from a human, but if it's a human's life not lost, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it would just be like donating it, but instead of keeping it in the jars, it would be pushed through into these tubes so that it's kind of like warm.
Well, I'm sure that you can probably divulge
didn't mean to
further into this once we get back from those woods and we help you and Yuska deal with that problem.
Okay, do you think, is this a good plan? Should I pitch it to someone?
It's definitely worth looking at. Perhaps a part of our priests, when we return, will help. I'd much prefer something like that than having to consistently create 700 or more urns.
Do you know how to make the tubes?
No, but I figured a future alchemist can probably find a way to do that.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, we can figure it out. Thanks, Lucan.
You are welcome. Lucan's like a little bit taken back at how mostly intelligent that conversation was compared to the normal.
So the tax is behind you. It's still early morning. Clear but chilly skies. What would you guys like to do?
Go into the woods to visit Grandma's house.
And now that all of this is behind us, we should probably find someone to handle affairs while we're away, but we should probably take care of these druids.
Well, on the bright side, the Lantern Priests have already been prepared for that. Someone has already taken their head. For the rest of this,
council.
well, we have at least another day before we head out. Perhaps the rest of you could find a representative to replace you while you're not here. Mine has already been made.
My representative would be the Alchemist.
Why would you do that?
Because I signed a contract that said that he needed to be one of them.
I don't like that, but alright.
Well, there aren't any other druids or druid apprentices or any of such things. So I guess I'll have to abstain? I don't know. I don't know how that works.
No, why don't we pick someone? I think we should pick someone. There aren't any Ursus around, but maybe there's some people, like Zilri's in here, but, there's someone else. Maybe Vincent?
I don't think Vincent would be a good choice, little buddy.
Perhaps the young alchemist could create a necklace for him that allows him to speak.
I don't really do much with magic, but that sounds amazing.
Oh, you're gonna awaken Vincent when he gets strong or high enough level.
Vincent, leader of Novasi.
Could you imagine?
The ox.
Out of character, we could always ask like Harvin or Giles.
Yeah, just be careful with Giles since he is one of Harlock's pawns.
Oh yeah, that's true. We could ask Harvin then. He could like be it for the people.
It would have to be Harvin and Vincent, though.
Yes, I'm sure Harvin would be okay sharing his seat with an ox.
His former ox, which I don't believe we've actually paid him for yet.
No, I think something happened. I think something happened with that.
We'd probably also have to have Traven or Anastasia as one of the people.
Oh yeah.
I would vote Anastasia.
That's what I was gonna say.
You could give Benor your representative vote.
No, I'm giving it to Zaltek. Benor will watch the city burn.
Yeah.
Why? Because I told him to.
Wait, is Noala still in town at all? Shit.
Yeah, I've seen her for a
probably
while,
have
but
my vote.
Oh, well, she'll probably want to go with us.
Well, we didn't ask her.
Well, she doesn't like the
wants to stay
city.
here. You know, maybe she wants to make it a better place.
I don't know. I should talk to her before we leave.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
So we have a evil sanguis alchemist and a religious individual in charge of Novavasi then.
So far.
And,
We haven't talked to Noala.
Anastasia. Definitely Anastasia.
Yep. And an innkeeper.
Or in Harvin. You could ask Pazian or Yarbendorf or something too.
Yarbendorf's probably gonna go with us.
Yarvendorf is not going. Yarvendorf's coming with us.
Oh, a satyr from the trance is just chilling, is gonna want to be a part of that.
oh, you don't want a two-headed end to be in charge of the Novas?
Will not.
That sounds like a bad idea.
But Lord, this man cheated me out of 2 copper. Smash!
Eek's vote is Noala or Harvin with Vincent. No or.
Well, there's 3 people that need to basically pick a representative.
You don't have to.
Well,
Yeah, you don't have to, but I would recommend the middle ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say Anastasia this whole kind of time we've been.
Yeah, her and
She would have to be loyal to us because we did free her, so at least in some capacity.
So you're forming like a committee to rule the city while you're gone? Okay.
We're forming a republic.
Yeah.
It's a council.
So everyone you ask will accept out of the people you name. So you want Harvin, Anastasia,
With Vincent. That's very important.
with Vincent. You want Zaltek, the alchemist. Yes, the Saint of Bindings. She's wearing it because that's her character. So I got Harvin with Vincent,
That's true.
Anastasia, and Zaltek. Is there anyone else you want to put on this list of your committee that rules Novavasi while you're gone? The
and Lantern Priest.
Lantern Priest representative. That's 4. Do you want 5 or do you want 4?
I feel like 5 would be better just because then if there's ever like a stalemate decision, you have like a flex vote.
As
But
weird
it's
as
really
it would be, I still think we probably would need a Sangos representative for the city.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily probably just say I if you know the nobleman, you can be like, hey, this guy who's still here, leave him in charge.
Yeah, are there any sanguis that are still kind of loyal to, or I don't know.
You killed him.
I mean, Zalpek is Sanguis and he's on
That's true.
the council.
Yeah, but he's also kind of his own.
True, that is true.
Most of the nobles that you knew all fled during the fight and went towards Braylet before Harlock showed up.
Okay. Are there any sanguis that I think would, or that we think would be willing to take a seat?
Now that you've came across yet, no?
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming we still have a few days since we're probably going to wait for his sword to be made before we head out.
Did
I can always get on the way back.
did you get to talk to Noala, or are we holding off on that for now?
You want to make Noala the 5th?
Oh, well, Yusuke was going to ask her if she wanted to either be on the council or join us.
Whatever you all think is best. I will fill in where needed.
Well, I think our party's pretty full right now, so maybe on the council?
Alright.
So somebody's still a bit jealous.
Well,
The
I
party is
mean,
pretty full right now. Okay.
we've never been to the Brimeye Timbers, and it's certain she would want to help, the forest, but that's up to you, Noala.
Same fine. This is like Anakin Skywalker is at Noala. You are not a master.
You are on the console, but you are not a
master.
From...
It's up to you guys. How you want to do it?
She doesn't like the blight. It's coarse and gets everywhere.
Do you want Noala on the council, or do you want to try to get Noala to accompany you guys?
I guess for simplicity, if she'll take a console position, we'll do that.
Okay. So your council is Harvin and Vincent, Anastasia, Zaltek, the Lantern representative, and Noala. Now, who do you want to take with you on your journey out of your companions? Know that Benor will follow Sylvia anywhere because of his companion status. So whatever you do, he can come or not. Yarbendorth and Pazian are wild cards, but they're very strong. But they follow their own interests first.
Well, Yusuke would definitely mention us going to destroy the blight to Pazian to deal with this heart of the forest. So I guess I would divulge as much information as I have to Pazian, and if he wants to join, that's entirely up to him.
Okay.
I would have Benor come with us.
I guess Yusuke won't make a formal request, but he will invite.
Pazian agrees to emerge from the trance if needed when called. But he's not one for walking and sitting around campfires.
While they're doing this, I'm going to get some supplies and a horse.
Okay.
Before we leave, Ikanik is gonna have to talk to Nora real fast, and she wants to ask her how much money it would cost to buy a field nearby.
What size field?
A field big enough for like 5 oxes.
Oh, that's not too bad. You want a field and fence? We can search properties while you're gone and see what we can discover.
Yeah, just do that. Get the best one for like this much. She gives Nora 10 gold pieces. That's on her.
It will be more than this, but this will get us started.
Oh, well, Yusuke has my money, so I can come back.
This could be a good down payment, though.
Oh, what's that?
So how much we put down just to say we get the rights, and then we have to pay the rest later before we can fully take the farm. But as long as we put down the down payment, no one else can claim the farm or the plot of land.
Okay, no, that's good. Okay, I thought that was just a I owe you later, but the down payment sounds much better. Okay.
Do I
We'll
need
come back.
to
Huh?
buy oxens, or do you have some?
I mean, I don't know if Vincent has a family. I guess I never asked him that. Maybe, can you talk to Harvin? He probably knows a lot of ox, so.
Absolutely, we can work something out. Harvin is a good friend of mine. You know,
Right.
I was kind of hoping that you would have asked me to be on the council, but I understand I must continue working the forge.
Oh. Well, we don't have anyone that works in the forge in the council.
It's all right.
ask
We don't want
Lupin.
even numbers on the council. I'll help where I can. It's no big deal.
Well, we can do 2 more, maybe.
No, it's fine. Behind you, Yarb and Dorth step up. Yarb, beyond council. Dorth, go with you and fight.
No, go back to your room.
No. Yes, Master Ekanik. they put the ox on the council before. Like Grizzly.
That's so sad.
He's a smart ox.
He's been through so much. At the mention of that, though, Ekanik is going to have to rush back inside and fling the doors open. And she's like, Lucan! Yuska! Silent!
Way to piss off our blacksmith, Eek.
Can anybody hear me?
What is the matter?
What's up, little buddy?
Nora is not on the council.
Yes, that was decided when we didn't invite her to the council. What's the problem with this?
Guess we never really thought of inviting her to the council.
Well,
That's exactly it.
we already have 6 members. If she's to join, one of them will have to go. My vote's on the ox leaving the council first.
Why does there have to be a cap?
Well, the more people you have, the more infighting and the less decisions that get made.
I think
Why there's only
that
1
there's-
king and not 6.
There could be a stronger representation of the people. We don't have any blacksmiths on the council, I think.
We also don't have any oxes as citizens within the Nevermore expanse.
There is also no other talking animal, Lucan.
I thought Noala... Is that racist?
Little buddy. Vincent can only really talk because I can do a ritual that allows us to talk to him. Well, it allows me to talk to him.
Well, yeah, no, that's why he's with Harvin, because Harvin, had him for a while, and they are like buddies, so they know each other pretty well.
Over Ekanik's shoulder, you can see Vincent eating grass and just staring wide-eyed just out in their fields. Moo. What kind of horse did you want to buy? Draft horses are 50 gold, riding horses are 75.
I think a riding horse should be fine.
75 for riding? Cool.
Yeah.
I vote that Nora get the space, and if someone else needs to go with Nora, then that's fine too. Maybe we can put a farmer on there. We don't have a farmer, I think.
Well, between Harvind and the Lantern Priest, those are the votes for the people. I don't think we need a specific farmer vote, since they are both looking out for the common.
She seemed pretty sad, though.
Well, we have all made our vote of who we wish to join. You have picked Vincent. If you wish to change that vote, you are more than welcome to. I'm sure Vincent will not be hurt that much.
Is Nora on the council? Did she confirm that, Yuska?
Say if we put Nora on, we can not
Yes,
put
she's on the
Noala.
console.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to Vincent. Hold on.
He's behind you eating grass.
Hey,
Here,
Vincent.
little buddy, before you talk to him, give him one of these. I'll hand her one of the few rations I still have remaining.
Oh god. Okay, yes, no, great idea. Okay, yeah, okay, thank you. Hey, Vincent. Hey.
Mrrr.
Yuska brought you a ration. Here you go.
Mrrr.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty. And she'd like pet him, his leg.
He's eating.
So, you know, I kept my promise. You know, you didn't see any trouble when the battle happened. You were just safe and you're eating our grass. It's pretty great, right?
Mrrr.
Yeah. So, no, life's pretty good. I know you want to be on the
Heard
council.
that
I
spell
know.
for today.
I know you want to be on the council. I know we talked about it. You're going to be with Harvin, your butt. So the thing is, I don't think, like, we already have, like, a talking animal, and it's not saying the ox aren't great, but I think you'll have a lot more priorities here eating our grass.
Mrrr.
Do I sense disappointment?
Yes.
Oh, no, I mean, your spot's still there. I was
Oh.
just thinking, you know, we don't have a blacksmith on the council. Nora, you know, Nora, she works over there across the street. She was kind of wanting to be on the council too, and we already have an animal, Noala, the fox lady. What do you think about that? What do you think about, like, you know, keeping Nora company here, and maybe you guys can discuss council decisions together? I can talk to her.
Mrrr.
Well, theoretically, are we saying Vincent and Harvin are one vote? Or are they separate votes?
Harvin and Vincent were one vote, in each
Okay.
mind.
It's a good thing you're a ranger and you can speak to animals like this. Mrrr. Moo 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 moo.
Okay, if you're not sure about this, let's go over to talk to Nora. Let's see what she thinks. Because, you know, if you're going to be with her for a long time, you might as well build up a friendship now.
He starts to walk towards the stables.
No, she's giving you a whole pasture. I just told her to buy you one, Vincent. Don't walk away.
As he's walking, he looks over. Mrrr.
No, Vincent, don't you have a family?
He walks into his stables.
Okay.
As you walk by the stables, he's just looking out.
This is like some Family Guy ox.
Mrrr.
Econic's gonna walk back into the house very sad.
Vincent was going to change the world. It was denied his opportunity.
No, he's still on the council. He's still on the council.
Oh, so we didn't give Nora the ox's spot. He still has.
Well, because
Yeah,
we'd
but
have to
discuss
remove
with him.
Harvin too.
Yeah,
Alright.
she had to discuss with.
It seems more like an eat problem to deal with.
She's very sad. She walks in and she looks like she really needs a tall glass of like milk.
You hear?
Dang it, that didn't go very well, little buddy.
Mrrr.
Oh no!
So, you and Vincent seem to get a good conversation.
You even hear him through the window, Lupin. He is very upset with me, and I didn't even take him off the council yet. I need to go talk to him again, but I'm worried. Yuska, you
I
have to make
think-
things right.
I think we should handle this when we get back, little buddy.
No, I can't.
Yuska
I
has a
can't
great
live like
point.
this.
We could let Vincent have a trial run, see if he's worth it. If he doesn't participate, then maybe we can replace him.
I'm worried there's a misinterpretation on my part with, Vincent. Yuska, before we leave, can you just talk to him really quick and just let him know that he's still on the council with Harvin, nothing changed, and, we'll be back.
You look out the window, it's starting to lightly rain, and Vincent's looking to the window in the rain.
I didn't prepare my spell for today, little buddy, but I'll go talk to him.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Silas about Nora. Hey, Silas.
Yeah.
You're Nora, your blacksmith person?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, she wants to be on the council, so I suggest you think about it. Maybe you should let someone go to have Nora on the council. I just want to let you know, but that's it.
Well, I mean, the one to let go would be the ox.
That is my choice, and he doesn't want to. I did talk to him, and he's very upset with me now. So Yuska's making things better.
So he's making it better by removing him?
No. He is reassuring Vincent that he still has his place on the council with Harvin. Yeah.
You just hear moo.
So we replaced Nawala with Nora then.
Well, that's Yuska's vote. So you should probably talk to Yuska about that.
Well, it sounds like it's something that you should do.
Why?
Well, you're the one that's conflicted by everything.
No, I'm not conflicted about anything. I'm just letting you know that your citizen, Nora, is very upset with you. And Vincent is very upset with me, but not anymore because Yuska is going to go talk to him. And that's it.
So you're letting somebody else fight your battles?
Yuska can talk to animals much better than I can. You don't understand.
No, but I'm sitting here talking to a bird.
I am Lord Ursus. The kitchen. Sometimes neighbors. Mostly an Ursus. That's very rude.
Okay, no.
Not a bird. Not a bird's house. I thought we were through this.
You have wings. You're a bird.
I don't fly, though.
Not all birds fly.
I'm not a chicken either.
And why aren't you talking to the ox?
Because I don't have that ability, Silas. We talked about this. Just... You know, like Sylvia can talk to undead people. We never really questioned that. I'm just saying, like, okay, I'm gonna go now.
While that's going on, Yuska will walk over to Vincent, give him another ration, just pat him on the head and just... Sorry, buddy, I didn't prepare my spell today, so I can't really talk to you. But I don't think any of us really know how to run a city. It's probably good just to not worry about it. It seems like a lot of work. But also, I don't think the vote's really changing. Ika's making promises she can't really keep. So, I think it's all just the same as it was before. I think you and Harvin will do good work.
Boo. Moo moo. He seems pretty happy after eating the ration, too.
Well, hang in there, buddy. We'll have a good chat when I get back. I'll come prepared.
Yuska's catchphrase. Hang in there, buddy.
And then I'll walk back in.
Okay. So you're keeping Harvin, Vincent, Anastasia, Zaltek, Lantern Priest Representative, and Nawala. Alright. Lucan has bought himself a riding horse for the journey. And you guys are going to take the riding horse with Lucan. Ikane's going to take Yarbendorth. Silas and his Nevermore steed, Sylvia and Benor. And Yuska will call upon Pazian when needed. He will emerge from the trance. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you depart to go towards the Brimeye Timbers and what you presume is some sort of vacuous void god threat?
Can I buy beef jerky of sorts for Yarbendorf?
To buy enough to feed him?
Yeah, for about a week.
For about a week?
It's a lot of beef jerky, man.
Yeah, nice. Okay, not a week. 5 days. 4 days. 4 days.
4 days?
That's the ride out there.
It's going to run you about 6 gold, and it's about 40 pounds of jerky.
Great, they'll hold it to themselves. Oh shit, do they have a backpack?
They can carry you.
Okay, good.
Although they might eat it if they're carrying it.
Yeah, how many days to there and back? Again, sorry.
So to get there, if everyone's on horse or everyone's riding a horse, which Yarbendorf will move at horse speed.
Sure.
You can do almost 2 squares in a day. So it's about 6 days. Wait, 1, 2. It's about 3.5 days.
How much gold is that?
We should have enough rations then.
So you depart Nova Fosse with your supplies and your companions. I'm going to do 1 campfire just because I want to show you guys your group as you go in.
How much was the gold? I'm sorry.
And also, every night... Boom.
This is the traveling group going into the Brimeye Timbers. Ekanik riding Yarbendorf, Lucan with his horse and Echo, Silas with his Nevermore steed, Silvio and the wide-eyed undead Benor, and Yiska, who randomly just talks to Pazian at times. Gets responses.
Show him this because you expect only half of us to come back. You want to show her before and after.
Benor is definitely going to end up dying, guaranteed. He only has 21 health.
The good thing about Benor is he comes back.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he can
does
die.
he?
Yeah.
Oh.
The bad thing about Yarbendorf and Pazian is they don't. So if they die, they're gone. But Benor is a demon. So he'll come back to each time.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they're not in their own plane.
But Yarbendorf are like 90 health. Benora's is 20. That's the difference.
That's fair.
Yeah. So this is about a day's ride from the Brimeye Timbers. Just to give you guys a little sit by the fire before you went in. Because now at your level, and with your Hearth and Moonlight and Shadow, it's like impossible for you guys to get snuck up on out in the wild in the Nevermore Expanse. You guys went past where you saw Zilri and her workshop. You're close to, but a little bit south of the logging camp where you were. But you went through the Zilri's lair in the Wererat Lap to get closer to this timber. So if there's any like last minute plans around the fire that you guys want to make. If not, we'll jump into tomorrow as you guys enter the forest.
Before Lucan goes to bed, he's going to cast the alarm ritual. So if anything that's not of our party goes within 20 feet of him, it wakes him up.
Nice.
So at the edge of the sphere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eek is going to try to negotiate that on their way back. They trying to find Victor. Virgil.
Victor.
It was so close. There's too many V names.
Virgil.
No, that's not what Virgil sounds like.
I knew the voice anymore. He's gone.
She doesn't know that, so she wants to stop. She wants to stop on their way back down. I hear no objections. That's a yes.
We'd have to find Zilri first.
What if she's home?
Well, I'm sure she's somewhere.
Yeah, in the air all around us.
What is that supposed to mean?
What a dick. So do we have a plan for going into these druid lands that are not druids that are crazy?
Well, I don't believe that they're followers of Therial. It's more or less confirmed, so think we should just search for this heart of the forest and destroy it.
I second that.
Or cleanse it, whatever.
Well, I should be able to
Whatever
track
will
it
get rid of
just
the
fine.
blight.
Yeah, well, you and Yusuke are the experts in this matter. I'll take your advice.
Either way, each step through this forest will be dangerous. So we should all be very mindful of where we step.
No one pick berries at night.
Your blackberries.
Okay, Yarb, Thor, we talked about this? No berries at night. If you need some berries, I could probably make you some berries one day. Maybe. Don't pick any.
They hold out their hands for berries.
Okay. No, you gotta ask though.
Maybe we have berries.
Yes. Okay.
Master, she makes berries for her followers. Why don't you give Benor berries?
Because you don't need to eat Benor.
What cold heart?
Yes, master.
They get all 10.
And if he
Actually,
starves to death, I'll just come back.
Did he hear Benor talk?
Benor's just watching Yarb and Dorothy eat, just kind of with wide eyes. So
If he heard him, she would save a berry for him.
yeah, he's not hiding or anything. He talks pretty loud.
Okay, Yarb and Earth would get 9, and she'd walk over to Benor and say, well, you can have this one if you really want to.
Benor looks at Sylvia.
You can have it.
Yes, master.
He holds out his hand.
And she puts it in his hand.
He eats, but he eats like he's really obnoxious and his teeth clinking.
That's so cute.
Berries were very good. Master should learn how
Yeah.
to make good berries.
I'm sorry that I don't know how to do that, Benor.
It's alright, master.
If Benor dies, how long does it take him to come back?
24 hours.
Okay, I was just curious.
And he just like appears in fire and brimstone next to you. So something to be aware of, like if he dies 24 hours later, you could be like walking through town and all of a sudden just Benor just spawns next to you.
Fair.
So night comes to you all. You wake up to clear skies again, although it's a very chilly day as it's getting into now the winter months. No snow yet, but the cold winds from the northlands are now sweeping down. The ghosty ones, you wake up traveling about 6 hours on horseback and back to the Brimeye Timbers. So the initial part of the Brimeye Timbers looks like a regular just timberwood forest. The trees are large and expansive at the beginning part here, and you step on thistles and hard ground as it's getting a little cold, so you step on just hard ground. Making your way through this part of the forest is fairly easy, and aside from the random fawn or squirrel that you'll see rush by, it's been a pretty easy travel for the most part for the first couple hours that you travel. Once you go in about 2 hours worth of walking, the Brimeye gets closer together. More and more of these trees, still very, very tall, very expansive, gets just harder to travel. So you have to squeeze in between trees at times. It gets a little difficult to maneuver your horses, and that sometimes you have to get off and help to move them through some tough areas. Stepping over slow running water, large rocks. However, after this 2 hour journey, You start to notice that some of these trees that are scattered through the Brimeye are small copses of strange trees that resemble like joint fingers that reach out of the ground almost like a hand. And sometimes the trees grow in groups of 2 or 3, sometimes as much as a dozen of trees clumped together, mixed in with the normal trees. But these strange trees, the trunks are stronger and thicker. The trees are tall. Some of them are kind of spindly with pale gray and white bark. Great knots that grow along their lengths that look like knuckles sticking out of the trees. The leaves are distinctive on these trees. Very long, dark green thistles that curl like overgrown nails in circles off the trees. The roots of these strange trees are as hard as the trunks, and they extend above the ground, almost like a trail of roots leading from the trees. That's like they're spreading. You almost estimate that if these trees were to grow at full height, as they're all about 40 feet tall, but if these trees were to grow all the way up, they would look like a finger is just pointing up directly north towards the sky. And the deeper you get into the forest, the more you see these finger-like trees.
Well, I think we're headed the right way at least.
Eventually, your traveling group come upon 6 tall trees, similar to the trees we've been describing, but these are much higher. These 6 tall trees with pale gray bark have grown into the shape resembling a hand like this, pointed towards the sky. The ground around the trees here are covered in this glistening gray-greenish moss. You see several rope ladders descending from huts built into the boughs of these trees. High above the ground, near the tip of the tallest tree, there seems to be or the tallest tree, it seems almost like a pointing finger, is a crude platform with no means of apparent access, which is the tree here. So the tree here that I just picked, the one that's the highest, is about 70 feet up. The other trees that form this strange like canopy are about 40 feet up. And there's some rope ladders that you can see. The ground below this strange home is covered with moss that makes these loud crackling sounds when you step on it, almost like you're stepping on plastic. It's very loud. And now you're just looking directly up at the strange, almost knuckle-like white grayish tree.
How tall are Yarbendorth?
Yarbendorth about 12 feet.
Would they be able to throw me up there?
They can try.
I was just curious. I was thinking about it.
If we're worried about noise, I can make it quiet if you give me some time to cast the spell.
I think we should announce ourselves and greet them.
But what if these are the druids that we're here for?
Well, they'll attack us either way.
We're not exactly being quiet either way.
Yusuke will walk forward a little bit. I'm just kind of looking around, listening.
Okay. Make a perception.
I feel like that's the exact same roll on the perception I made before. Oh wait, no, that was a different roll. Never mind.
You hear this, besides the sound of the crackling of the undergrowth below you, with a 13 coming from the largest section, that's not the highest point, so this point right here. You can hear almost like the sound of something banging against wood. Every couple of seconds, like poof, 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 poof. but it's very soft. You would probably assume it's like a hammer.
Oh, there is something here, or someone.
I get off of the Arbendorth's back to try to investigate some traps. Or, excuse me, tracks. Not traps, tracks.
Yuska will keep walking forward a little bit.
Okay. Give me a nature survival for the tracks.
Benor, go follow Yuska. Make sure he doesn't get attacked.
Yes, master.
Benor walks up behind Yuska. He has his bow and his armor and his paddle.
So if these trees are 40 feet tall, how high off the ground are the walkways?
They dip a little bit, but they're about 35 feet up.
If nobody else is doing anything, I'll keep walking into the center.
I looked for the tracks to see if I can identify any traces.
So with an 8, as you guys are looking for tracks, nothing really jumps out at you as tracks, except for some small little wildlife that you pick up. You see some fawn tracks, some elk tracks. You see what looks to be a couple bear tracks, but nothing humanoid.
Lupin's not moving.
Relay that information to you, as he walks ahead.
Benora's just right behind you.
I want to sneak along with Yuska, but before I do, I want to tell Yarvendorth to hide a bit near a bush or a tree.
Alright, make a stealth check with disadvantage. Wait, you're ranged, so you're just a natural roll. Stealth. Yarvendorth rolled a 5, and so they stand behind a tree, their body sticks out from both sides. They're just standing behind a really kind of small tree. 21, you gracefully go over this hard, crispy grass and ground. Don't make a sound as you do. But when Yuska and Benor walk,
Yuska will attempt to climb the ladder.
okay.
Didn't get there.
Scaling the ladder is not too difficult. It's pretty easy. Benor looks up at you, and he starts to climb the ladder. You climb about 40 feet up. The wooden walkways that connect the huts and shelters look to be somewhat in disrepair, but usable. But part of you gets a little worrisome with your wisdom score that if too many people walk across it at the same time, it might break. There's like a weight limit to it.
I'll motion to Benor to kind of hang back a little bit.
Benor looks to Sylvia to confirm.
Did I see him do that?
You didn't
like
see.
what he was trying to.
No, you didn't see Yusuke. You saw Benor. You just see Benor staring at you.
I give Benor a thumbs up.
Benor nods and he listens to Yusuke.
I will try to look in to this from where I am.
So you look into this room. In this room, the leaves and branches here form a ceiling that's held bound tightly together. No light from outside penetrates this pitch black chamber. The floor here, let me make it so you can see it in chat. The floor here is covered with mounds of long curled leaves, reddish bones, and simple fetishes. which look like wicker men, like little sticks tied together to form stick figures. A stone oven is in the center of this hall. It is lashed to the tree trunk that passes through the room, and you can hear the small scratching and banging coming from inside this oven.
I'm gonna follow Sylvia.
Okay.
I will step over here and just kind of like peek in.
When you peer into this room, the hut is filled with small bones and simple sleeping mats too. The smell of thick vegetation mingles with an acrid stench of burnt waste. There is a thick book in the center of this hut, made from bark and bound with dried vines. The book, on the cover of it, seems to have some sort of like angular glyph of crude drawings that looks like stars.
I will, looking around, making sure that there's nothing, like no traps or anything. Doing that, I'll go and grab the book.
Okay. Quickly looking through, nothing seems to be trapped, but when you do walk in to grab the book, your feet step on some of these really small bones and cracks the bones as you pick up this very heavy book.
Would I recognize the symbol?
Make a religion check. Or religion, arcana, or history. Okay, religion. 18. It looks like the constellation, like
if my
star
choices
patterns.
were religion, history,
Arcana.
Arcana,
Yeah.
then, yeah. They're all the same.
Okay. It looks like a constellation pattern that you've seen in your journeys walking along, just looking up at the stars. You're not sure with an 18 if it like depicts a religious pattern that's meaningful, or a star pattern that's meaningful, but you definitely know that you've seen those stars in the sky before.
I'll open the book and just kind of glance.
Make an investigation or arcana check while you do. In that room, Sylvia, as you climb up the ladder and look through, it's very similar to the one that Yuska was in, as the hut's full with small bones, 2 sleeping mats, and you can smell that same vegetation, and the acrid stench of burnt waste comes a little bit stronger from this room. It looks like they burned something here recently.
Could I investigate the pile of burnt stuff to see if I can salvage anything?
Sure. And as you do that, I need Yuska to roll a D100.
Oh no.
32. Okay. So 2 things are happening here. One is, Sylvia, as you go through this burnt mush and stench, you find another book similar to what Yuska found, except this book has been burned. And this thick book made from bark and bound with dried vines is burnt and blackened, causing the constellation glyphs on the cover to appear red. But as it happens, Yuska, with a 32, your character begins to babble in incompatible and incoherent speech, and you begin to drool, or like just as your mind has been overcome with madness. And that's where we end today.
Oh no.
Man, we've been ending on some serious cliffhangers the last couple of sessions.
No, Yuska.
So let me make a note of that, which madness, because you just rolled on the madness table.
Mm.
All
Oh
right.
man, Sylvia's definitely gonna try and read that book.
So Yuska, you have begun to read this strange constellation book from who knows what to who knows where, and maybe you'll find the answer. So next week we'll pick up as you guys continue through this strange treetop place that's made of trees that look like fingers with knuckles exploding from the ground. So hey, if you continue to watch us, thanks for watching. If you're not following, hit that follow button. I'll be back on Thursday doing some map making in Incarnate and Wonder Draft to build the Alcadian Empire, so you guys can fight in the arena. It's gonna be fun. So we'll see you on Thursday at 7. Then we'll see you for Dying Embers at Saturday at 8. And these guys will be back at it next Monday at 7 o'clock. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I honestly had a feeling that Silas and I were gonna die in that dungeon.
Me too. I'm glad you guys did.
It's funny because that dungeon's been sitting there for a while. I didn't know if you guys would like dive at those hanged ones and get pissed off at them and want to kill them like right away. But that's been sitting there for a bit. And it's the same guy in the mirror that you would fight in the Precipice of Horror. That's the same dude.
Nice.
In the dungeon by the where you got your weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go, guys. Thanks for playing. It's been fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off too. Bye, guys.
See you guys.
Have a
Yeah,
good one.
Later.
Later.